Hi, everyone, and welcome along to our very special podcast partner update. I am joined today by the amazing team from Tribe Team Training. A very warm welcome to our good friend Sue Rashad, the co founder and international coaching director of Tribe Team Training. Welcome along, Sue.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. This
So
is fun.
it is wonderful to see you, and a very warm welcome also to JP Rashad, the president of Tribe Team Training North America. JP, great to see you as well.
Hi, Chantal. Thanks for having us.
I always love catching up with you guys, and today we're here to really tell everyone about Tribe so that they can get a great understanding about the business and why they should be working with Tribe Team Training. So, JP, I'm going to kick things off with you today. Do you want to give us an overview about the business and tell us which countries you operate in?
Yeah, no problem, Chantal. I'll be happy to. So, Tribe Team Training is we provide health clubs of all shapes and sizes a turnkey solution to their SGT or their team training department, and everything that means. So, whether it means education, programming, marketing, ongoing business support, it's really a full package to help health clubs create a very valuable team training department.
And tell us about the countries that you are currently
Oh
operating
yeah.
in and working
Oh,
with.
of course. Yeah, of course. It's hard to keep track sometimes, but we are in New Zealand, Australia. We are launching in Vietnam currently, Canada, United States, of course, and a few countries over in Europe, with England being one, and a few more, I believe. So yeah, quite a few countries out there.
Quite a few countries out there. So, Sue, I'm going to bring the next question to you. Let's talk a little bit about the type of customers that you work with. Can you give us an overview about your ideal customer?
Certainly. Oh my gosh, yes. Look, I think one of the biggest things is really looking at the demographic that we have within our clubs. And one of the most valuable things that I learned as a club owner over the last 12 and a half years, but also, being a part of Tribe, is that no one should be excluded from any exercise option ever. So as far as who could be included, for us, the motto is 5 to 95, and above, because we want to make sure that absolutely everyone has access to a healthy lifestyle, access to a style of training that they love and enjoy, access to a coach and a team that they can work with week in and week out, season after season and year after year. So, to lay the foundation, really the whole culture and the whole decision behind it is that, we are finding that clubs are narrowing their demographic and their exercise offerings. So what we decided to do is completely flip that idea on its head and go, actually, we need to provide something that is absolutely available to every single member in our club, and make sure that our coaching and that our relationships with our members are top notch with great service, so that it absolutely caters to their goals, to the style of coaching that they love, and to who they are as individuals. So hopefully that helps answer, because it's everybody.
That definitely answered it well. Thank you so much, Sue. So, JP, I'm going to come back to you for this next question. So, what I would love to understand is if someone is meeting Tribe Team Training for the first time, perhaps they've heard about the business on the Fitness Business podcast, perhaps they've heard the name mentioned here and there. Tell us a little bit more about the business, and maybe we can take it to that deeper level. Maybe tell us a little bit about the programs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing to think about Tribe Team Training is, over the last few years, IRSA, other independent, reports have come out that small group training and team training is a gold mine and very important for health club businesses to have. So first of all, having a robust department is really, really important for health clubs, and more reports are starting to prove that. So Tribe Team Training provides everything you need to really create a robust department. So whether it comes to educating coaches, because delivering team training is different than large group exercise and different than personal one-on-one training. and different programs, as Sue was saying, different types of people require different environments or different goals and different health habits and attracted to different personality styles. So providing something for everyone is really important. And also educating your whole department on onboarding systems, on how to get people into the department, putting a spotlight onto the department by marketing it out to all the masses around you and in your neighborhood. And then, of course, the support and creating leaders within the department so that they could run, this department as one of the most, if not the most profitable department for health clubs. So tribe team training, does all that. Again, it's a little bit higher level there. So I'll let Sue go into a little bit more detail about what actual programs. But I think it's important to realize that club owners everywhere, no matter if it's a big box gym or a small studio, in a strip mall, that, it works for everybody and everybody in between.
Excellent. Well, perfect segue to go to you, Sue. Tell us a little bit more about the programs.
Sure. Thank you, JP, for asking, because look, you're absolutely right. From a small studio to big box clubs to chains of clubs, so important, and I love what you said. You're right. Like right now, team training is non-negotiable. It is, like you said, a gold mine and an awesome opportunity for every club. And what we like to do is challenge people to make sure that they're doing it right. And when we say right, it's all those things that JP talked about, but also piggybacking on what we first talked about with me in terms of who does it cater to. And one of the biggest things that we saw in the industry is that, yeah, there were programs that are being offered, but it culled a lot of our membership out and it left people out of options. So by creating different programs and making sure that we can cater to all their different goals and making sure that they can cater to their personalities, but also to the style of training and coaching that they love is super important, because then that means that people will keep coming back time and time again, like I said before. And your retention rate is just amazing because people want to stay with their teammates, they want to stay with their coaches, and they want to stay with that style of training, for a long time. And there's so many clubs out there right now with tribe team training that have had members in the teams for 5-7 years, that just keep coming back time and time again. So like JP said, it's actually a non-negotiable department now, and we can't blur it anymore. It can't be blurred with group exercise or personal training. It's a thing on its own, and it is its own robust department, like Jay said. So in terms of the programming, you can kind of see a few behind me, a few of the imagery and the marketing that we like to provide and support, because we want to emanate the culture of tribe team training and what we can create within your clubs and what you create within your clubs, more importantly. So the first programs that I could talk to you about is maybe this one here, Tribe Fit. And that one is all about, your high intensity interval training type style training. So you're looking at that. If you're thinking personality style, you're looking at people that love to train hard, that love to be told what to do. And they'll just, so as a coach, you know that you're telling them what to do. If you say jump, they ask how high. But really from that behind the scenes education training, like we talked about with JP, we want to make sure that the coaches are completely 100% skilled in terms of safety, quality, movement foundation, so that they know how to progress each person individually. So regardless of whether they're deconditioned Debbie or athletic Adam, everybody could do Tribe Fit. So that means because we know how to coach them and we know how to progress them and get the most out of them. So if you like that style of training, go for it. It doesn't matter if you haven't trained in 5 years. Who cares? You're going to love it. This one here, Tribe Life, ta-da. This one stands for low impact functional exercise. And look, I don't want to take away from the word intensity, because intensity is focused effort, right? So whatever you bring to any training style is your intensity level. So the only difference between, let's say, Tribe Fit and Tribe Life is that Tribe Life is low impact. So so it stands for low impact functional exercise. So you're not going to have jump ropes or box jumps or running, things like that. But what we do in that particular program is we look after that whole 3-dimensional training. We make sure that we create longevity and movement, of course, but also make sure that from a personality perspective, a lot of the members that we have in this particular program are people that are, you know, they're funny because they know they need to exercise, but they don't particularly love it. So, you know, so that demographic is huge, right? Because those people come into our clubs and are like, oh man, my wife told me I need to come train, or my doctor told me I needed to start doing something about it. So they're a little bit more skeptical. They're like, I really want to do something that I like. And in fact, from a coaching perspective, every single session you deliver is very educational, but very much I've got your back. It's non-competitive compared to Tribe Fit. So the gaming behind what we do in Tribe Fit is a lot different to what we do with Tribe Life. So those people love Tribe Life because it's that non-competitive environment, but they can bring the intensity, they can feel themselves open up and progress within all their different movement patterns. And again, like I said, they just come back season after season. And then they can potentially branch into something like Tribe Life, or a little bit, if I turn this around, into Tribe Punch. Which is another amazing program, you
I
know.
was going to
And that's
congratulate you if you could kind of maneuver the camera. Great job.
yeah. Yeah. Did you like, yeah, thank you. Because I was like, oh, don't drop it, don't drop it. But look, you know, Tribe Punch is amazing because it's learning a whole new skill. You know, it's learning a sport. And it's all about fighting fit without getting hit. And when we developed this program, what we recognized was two things. One, there's a lot of boxing going around in clubs right now, or boxercise options and things like that, or boxing with someone. But often they're paired up with a teammate or like a member. And unfortunately, they're not getting the same level of coaching or skill when someone who's inexperienced on the pads is working the pads when you've got someone who's inexperienced on the gloves. So the whole scenario behind, you know, Tribe Punch is very much learning that new skill. It's very much working with the coach. So you're getting the amazing conditioning that you get as a boxer. Those guys are incredibly fit and those gals are incredibly fit. But what you're doing is you're also learning a new skill with someone who's an expert. So again, the coaches are trained on pad work. They're trained on delivery. They know how to create that amazing, authentic experience. And members love it. And we also, again, the gaming behind that, just to give you a bit of little fun fact with this one, is every season is inspired by some sort of professional boxer of some way, shape, or form, or kickboxer, and whatever qualities they have, we bring into that season. And then we have a season champ, and we have individual champs, and it's a ton of fun. It's so much fun. The other program that we have, let's see, where is it? Oh, it's not here. It's way over there. I won't be able to make it
It's
work.
going to be a little bit
But it's
harder to
Tribe
show.
Core. Yeah, yeah, that's right. And it's Tribe Core, and that's back, bum, belly, shoulders. So when you think about every movement in life, we obviously need the foundation of our core in order to perform movement. So that one is very much a great program for everybody who is recovering from an injury, or who's had a baby, or who's a kayaker. You know, we work with a lot of multi-sporters, and they love this particular program because it allows them to strengthen for all those different movement patterns that they need for their sport. So again, it ties into that whole deconditioned Debbie all the way through to Athletic Adam, because the coaching and the way they're trained is helpful because they know how to deliver the training and quality training to all those different demographics and different goals within that particular team. So that's great. And then last but not least, of course, is Tribe Kids, which is so much fun. And you know, it's all delivered and all based around making sure that our younger generation are coming through, that we create exercises for a lifetime, that we create kids that, you know, feel good about themselves. So it's not really competitive. It's all about being inclusive, setting those movement foundation patterns down so that when they grow and they get to that teenager awkwardy kind of stuff, they're coordinated. They've got that coordination. We're building agility. We're building that whole hand-eye scenario situation where they're able to catch balls, they're able to balance, and they have so much fun doing it. So again, there's tons of fun and tons of gaming within it. And what they don't realize is they're actually really laying down those amazing movement patterns so that whatever choice they have in the future, they're going to be absolutely able to do anything they want to do. So that's Tribe Kids. So that is the suite of programs that we've got, and they all vary between, you know, twice a week to 3 times a week. And then again, what makes us uniquely different, and we encourage everybody to do this, is make sure your teams work with the same coach, on the same days at the same time, so you create that team atmosphere. And that's something we just haven't touched on yet, but that's really, really important, because that's what creates that sustainability for members, and that relationship between the coach and the members, and then that adherence and that progression of that member. So that's the one biggest difference with what we do with Tribe Team Training, is we make sure that we stay with the same team, and that we build that team environment with the same coach and the same teammates. Because what that does, as you can all imagine, is it creates community, it creates camaraderie, it creates accountability, creates belonging. And that's what we need. You know, we all want to feel a part of something.
Wow, that was really great, Sue. And I think I just wanted to, if you don't mind, Chantal, I just wanted to add something to what Sue was saying about that coach member and member to member relationship. Because when we look at people who buy personal training, I think there's two main reasons why people buy personal one-on-one training. Is one is obviously they're smart enough to write a progressive program that gets them the results. And two is they like you. And I think with the Tribe Team Training system is you're going through a journey of fitness with the same people, with the same coach for a period of time. And that's real. Like things, you know, it's very few industries out there where you could go through, you know, working really, really hard. You see people's character, and you see the coach really getting, you know, close to genuinely help you in your goals. And as fitness professionals, we know that's beyond push-ups. And Tribe Team Training does create that opportunity for clubs to really connect with their members, and members really to connect together. And that's why, you know, we get reports every season from clubs that has phenomenal retention rates. And that's why I think, you know, a video like this is super important, because this can be a gold mine for health clubs. You know, the trick is putting all the right pieces at the right time. So, you know, yes, we have a lot of programs. Yes, we have a certain system that proven to work. And I love working with clubs that really make it beautiful, you know, because it really is.
I think what you just said is so important, and that is proven to work. You know,
Yeah.
and if done right, and if led by the team, then you absolutely, as you say, going back to that gold mine opportunity for clubs. So the next kind of area that I'd like to step into, and thank you both so much, that was such a great description about Tribe. And I have to say, before we go on, Sue, as you were describing like Tribe Fit and Tribe Life, I was like, as soon as you said the word competition, I was like, yeah, that's me. I want to do Tribe Fit.
Yes, you do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, the cool thing about it too is like JP said, you know, you've got your member to member side of things as well. And you know, every program has its competitive edge or non-competitive edge. But the cool thing about Tribe Fit is that you're either working for time or chasing time. And there is a leaderboard, and there is, you know, opportunity to get your name up on the board, just like in Punch. And yeah, so it's so great, because that's the fun part, and that's your personality style. And that's the importance of understanding our members, and that whole onboarding and directing them into the right program, because then, you know, you've done two things. One, you've connected with the style of coaching that they love, which means they're going to stay. Two, they're going to get results, which means they're going to stay. And that's the other thing I didn't even talk about, because I could talk about this for hours, but it's all the benchmark measurements we've got and the results that people get. So we make sure that it is measurable as well. Otherwise, sometimes training feels a bit aimless if you don't see that progress and measurement. So yeah, thank you. Yes, I'd love to get you into Tribe Fit, Chantal. Do it.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I love it.
Yeah.
No, it was such a great overview from you both. And I know that, you know, as so many things change, you know, in a business and change over time, and as we're recording this in 2020, it has definitely been a year of change so far. So I am interested to understand any changes, any innovations that you've had within Tribe Team Training that you can share with us that would be of interest to the club operators out there. Sue, do you want to start on this one?
Yeah, sure. Look, you're absolutely right. 2020 has been such a different year, and we're all getting used to the word pivot now, and we're all getting used to the word unprecedented. And, it's so important that we do that, and that we're flexible, and that we don't bury our heads in the sand. And that was one thing that we acted on immediately, is that ability now for us, the innovation is being able to now deliver a season, so we can release our seasons to our clubs and our coaches that now both cater to in-house. So for example, in New Zealand, there's no concerns, members can come in, everything's fine in terms of that. There's no physical distancing required, there's no social distancing in that aspect either. So everything's what they would consider normal. Now, the thing is as we know, this is a very, very changing time. We don't know what next week is going to bring. So we had to make sure that our programming also caters for clubs that are on the other end of the spectrum, and really just working with members from home right now virtually. So the innovation is that every season release members or coaches get, they can do one of two things. They can coach it in-house, or they can coach it virtually, or in fact, let me add a third thing. They can coach it combined with both, because if the club has restrictions in terms of the amount of people that they can have in a room, members are taking turns. So for example, if there's a team of 10, you've got 5 people from that team come in-house on a Tuesday, while the other 5 are virtually at home doing the same session at the same time. And then maybe Thursday, the at-home people come in, and then the ones that were in on Tuesday are at home doing it virtually. So it's that ability again to just go back to those words with being flexible and making sure that we're pivoting with the times. It's making sure that no one misses out. And that's one of our biggest mottos, like I said before, massive wider demographic for our members, but also the ability for coaches to coach on where they're at that moment in time, in their town, in their city, in their county, in their country, in their state, wherever it is. They need to be able to continue doing what they do, and the members need to be able to continue to get what they love, and continue to train, and continue to stay connected to you, to your teammates, and to your club, and make sure that there's no pause within that. So that's the biggest thing that we've done as far as innovation is created that scenario for absolutely everybody to succeed.
Sue, I love how dynamic and the flexibility around that. And I can imagine that many of our operators that are watching right now can actually envisage that setup where you talked about, some people are at home, some people are in the club, and it really helps manage those situations when there might be distancing rules in place, or you need to minimize the people that are physically in the facility. JP, is there anything else that you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I think, reading a lot of reports over the last few years, like I said right at the beginning, it's become clear that team training department, having that studio within a big box, or having a scalable solution for your smaller studio, is super important. It's so important, and I think it's important for any business owner or manager out there. Also, maybe now in particular a little bit more than other times, but it's important to work on your business. Think about how you want this department to be for your business. I'm talking to club owners, I'm talking to club managers all the time about creating that vision for them, because oftentimes they don't even know what they could be for them. So I'm having conversations with them all the time. So if you're out there and you're thinking about, small group training, how your business is going to look when it does get back to normal, if it's not already where you live, now's a perfect time. And I'd love to chat with you.
Fantastic. Well, you've really led us into the perfect final question, because Sue, what I'm going to throw to you on this one is, are there any special offers that you can share with the FBP family today?
Absolutely. Look, just reach out to info@tribeteamtraining.com. And like JP said, we are more than happy, with no obligation, free of charge, to just catch up with you and talk to you about your team training department. Because, it is like we talked about at the beginning, a team training department is non-negotiable right now for your business. We need it. We need our businesses to run effectively and efficiently. And we're here to help. And we genuinely, it's no obligation, and it is free. And we can help you, point you in the right direction, and really help your business succeed. So we'd love to hear from you.
Excellent. And JP, over to you for the final word for today.
I just, I can't wait to hear from people. I'm just happy to talk to you, Chantal. This is great. Thanks for jumping on, Sue. I love talking about this stuff. So thanks, guys. This is great.
I have to say, guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me today, because I think every time that we catch up, it kind of just reminds me how important this type of training is within a club. It reminds me that there is a great opportunity to make this a profit center within our clubs out there. And it's really about working with you guys, working with Tribe Team Training to make sure that they are crafting the right experience for their members and utilizing all of the experience that you have working with clubs and designing the programs to make sure that they're making the most of what is an amazing profit center and a great way to retain clients and to keep connected with their members. So it's always a pleasure catching up. Thank you for giving us such a detailed sort of overview about Tribe Team Training, and congratulations on what you've done. And Sue, I particularly loved what you talked about with the combination of in-club and virtual experiences for our members. I thought that was terrific and something to take note of. So we will make sure that all of those details are right below here in the video that you guys are watching right now. So JP and Sue, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Chantal.
Thank you, Chantal.